Good afternoon to my board members. My name is Kha Hui. Today, I want to talk about a corporate issue faced by Nike in the year between 2020 and 2025. For your information, Nike is a global leader in sportswear, but it is currently facing an ESG and reputational challenge which related to its sustainability practices. The main issue is a credibility gap between Nike's sustainability practices and its actual performance. Even though Nike promotes itself as environmentally responsible, but it has faced critiques for not fully meeting its climate and labor commitments, which led to the accusations of greenwashing. Therefore, this caused a problem for three reasons. First, it reduced customer trust as consumers today are expecting transparency. Second, it increased the pressures from investors and stakeholders. Third, it shows a misalignment between the Nike strategy and execution, which can weaken their long-term competitiveness. So as a result, me as a CEO, I would focus on both short-term and long-term strategies. In the short term, the priority is to rebuild trust. Using SWOT, Nike's weakness is its credibility gap and the threat is reputational damage. So, I would like to conduct an independent ESG audit, publishing transparency report including releases, and ensures marketing reflects all of the actual performance. In the long term, the goal is to embed sustainability into the core strategy. Nike's strengths are its strong brand and innovation, and the opportunity is to lead sustainable fashion. So, I would invest in sustainable materials, improving supply chain and labor conditions. Lastly, link executive rewards to the ESG performance. Other than that, these strategies are directly contributing to key SDG goals, which is SDG 12, responsible consumption and production through sustainable materials and transparent production, SDG 13, climate action by reducing carbon emissions, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth by improving labor standards. So, in my conclusion, this Nike issues is not about the lack of sustainability strategy, but with the gap between its promises and actions. So, by strengthening the transparency and embedding ESG into its core operations, Nike can transform this crisis into a long-term competitive advantage. So that's all from me. Thank you. Even though today my topic is talk about Nike crisis, but actually my favorite sportswear brand is Adidas. But I found this issue at the internet, so I talk about it and I discuss about it because I want people, especially the Nike company, to aware about it and then take the actions to help their company getting more better lah. And then I also hope they can create more attractive design to attract people to support their business.